Okay, here we go again. Sorry about that, you guys. So, hi, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. Now let's see if I can get my tablet to work so that I can see if you have any comments. And it's very weird that it's acting kind of dumb. But hey, here we go. All right. I don't know why, but it's going sideways again. So hopefully I will be able to see your comments. I see somebody's on, so say hello. Let me pop that in the back. Oh, look, and my volume is on. Which, hang on, let me fix that too. All right. Now I think I've got it. Let's see. This is so weird. This is what happens when you don't come on the day you're supposed to be on. So, again, I'm Carrie Beglow, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. My Stampin' Up! Website, MemoryINKers.com. Email, MemoryINKers@gmail.com. The April 2024 hostess code is F as in Frank, E as in Edward, T as in Tom, M as in Mary, J as in Joseph, U as in Umbrella, R as in Robert, Y as in Yo-Yo. Okay, that's done. Okay, so, pardon me. I am so much better, you guys, but the cough, I'm going to have the cough until probably, I don't know, Labor Day. Not Memorial Day, Labor Day. So if I'm coughing at Megami, don't panic. It's just what it is. So before I get started on my project, you guys hopefully saw, and yes, I know I'm seeing that you're seeing all of that stuff up there, which I really don't need you guys to see that. So let me push this up there. But there is going to be a join special starting May 1st through the end of May. And it's only for $99. You're going to get added to your kit all of these things. So your kit is normally, you pick $125 worth of whatever current product you want to grab. You can even go to the discounts and the clearance racks and add those. But if you're looking for a business, I would not recommend that. But you get to choose. You're going to get, the normal kit comes with all of the supplies you need to be, pass out catalogs, whatever you want to do. But for the month of May, for that same $99, so it's already like a really good deal, right? You are going to get $82 worth of in-color items. They include the 5 in-color ink pads. So I would recommend that as part of your kit, you add the refills, because you know how I feel about getting the refills when you get the ink pads. The refills are not included, but the 5 ink pads, okay? The pack of the in-color markers. You're going to get a multi-pack of the cardstock, which means you are going to get 4 sheets of the 5 colors. So 20 sheets that will include the 5 different colors of in-colors. And then this pack of 6x6 in-color designer series paper. It is 40 sheets, and the designs are very pretty. So you've got the front and back on that style, front and back here, and then it just comes in all of the in-colors. So it's a pretty cool, like I said, an additional $82 for a total of $207 worth of product for only $99. And that is including tax and shipping. You don't pay, it's 99 bucks. Or shipping is free. I know that. I don't think there's any tax either. But I'm not 100% sure right now, so I don't want to say that for sure. Okay, so, all right, got that out of the way. All right, whoa, hold on. I'm dropping all my stuff. There we go. Excuse me. So I took the liberty of pre-cutting a lot of the stuff that we're going to need today. I am going to be using a set that is in the current catalog, so you can order it now if you want. It's called Crafting with You, and it has the crafting dies, which I have already stamped and cut out almost everything. So you guys are aware of that. So crafting with you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This was a kit. I did a kit with this for volume. I think it was last year. So it's a pretty good deal. You guys may remember, I'm just going to show you a couple things. I made this card with that set because it has the stamp. Has the stamp for this. And this is a separate stamp right here. It doesn't stamp the flower. The flower is a separate stamp. Okay. And then it has the dies to cut out the easel here, which is here, this here, and all these other things that it has. Extra things that aren't on there, like scissors and rulers and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. So you can do something simple. This was DSP, and this was just me kind of trying to copy the DSP. Did okay. But this is the card I'm going to remake. When we had my team meeting, somebody created this. It was actually one of my teammates' friends created this card, and I thought it was pretty cute. Okay, and it is, like, I know you have seen these done where they're, like, you have to slice and everything. This is so smart. It is brilliant. Look, you are not slicing and dicing. It's not happening. So it's very exciting. Okay, so there is that. Excuse me. I also want to say that a couple of things that I've punched out or die cut out were cut out of pieces of this. This is called Bright and Beautiful 6x6. It is available right now, but it's also carrying over. So one of the things, if you have received your catalog, I'd love to know, for one. Wow, I have not been coughing all day. And of course now I'm doing a video, so I'm coughing like crazy. But you're going to find that there are things that are in the back index of the catalog. But when you go to see them, it's just the verbiage for it and the price and all that stuff. That's because a lot of stuff, because they were trying to keep the catalog smaller and people are shopping online more, they just left those online. So that was that decision. Okay, so here we go. Let me set that aside, and let me set this here so you guys can kind of see my inspiration. All right. So here we go. Also, I know I am so sad that this embossing set, this embossing folder set is going away, but I am going to use one of them. In fact, it's gone. You can't even get it anymore. I'm like devastated. So people are going to ask me for it. Oh, good, Linda, you got your catalog. I'd love for you to DM me and tell me what you think of it, because it's definitely different, right? Totally a different, excuse me, experience. Wow. Okay. So forgive me for using this, but I love this and I don't have anything to replace this with yet. I don't even see anything in the catalog that replaces this awesome die or folder. So, I am going to be using it, and no, it will not be for sale at Megami. I will not be selling that. Okay, so to make this, this is a piece of thick basic white, and you're going to need your paper trimmer. So we're going to start with your basic 5.5 by 8.5 piece. Wow. I've got some weird stuff going on. All right. Then I am going to score this piece at, and I have to look because I actually wrote it, I think, on the back of this. I did, look. So I am going to score it at, and I should have wrote it bigger so you guys could see it. I apologize. I'll try to remember to go back and add it on my Facebook page for the directions. So we're going to use our score tool, and we're going to go to 1 1/4 and score. And then 1 3/4 and score. And then 3. I haven't tried to pre-make this, and the girl in the class, she, bless her heart, pre-scored everything, so I'm hoping that I measured these right. Then I'm going to 4 1/4, and then I am going to 6 1/2. So that's way out here. Okay, so I have all my score lines now. Then I need a piece cut to 8 1/2 by 2 1/2. Is that right? Hold on, let me grab my ruler. I think it's right, but I want to be sure. I know it's 8 1/2, and it is 2 1/2. So good. So 8 1/2, right? So I'm going to 2 1/2. And I'm not, this is my extra piece that I cut off. This is the one that was scored. So don't get confused. This is the scored piece. Set it aside. Grab the other half of the cardstock. Move your score piece out of the way and trim. Okay? All right. And then this one we are going to score at 4 1/4. All right. So, done with my paper trimmer. All right. Oh, no, I'm not, because I've got to cut my VSP. Ah. All right. So let me do that. So this is actually the same sheet, but I'm going to be using both. I don't think I have enough to do both pieces. So I forgot to pre-measure these. You're right, Crystal, but that would make a lot of sense if I had pre-made this on my own instead of using the one that the girl gave me. So, you know me. It's always fun here at Carrie's Playground. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to use this. This is the same piece. It's the same paper. But this is going to be the front. So, I'm trying to decide what I want to show, and I kind of want these flowers to show. So I'm going to go 4 by 5 1/4. There we go. I think that's right. Why does that seem too wide? It is. This should be 2 1/4. Hang on. What was I thinking? I don't know. Look what I did, you guys. Do you ever just wake up and go, oh, I've lost my mind? I have. It should have been 4. And this is me without any medication. By 2 1/4. I don't want to lose that flower, so we're going to go on to this side. All right, now it's the right size. All right, that piece. I'm going to set that aside, move my scraps that I messed up completely. Now I'm going to be cutting this side, and I want my stripes to go in this direction on the card. So I'm going to cut it by 5 1/4 because that is the width of the base of the card. You really don't have to go that far because they're going to go under here. It's just easier math, and heaven knows Carrie needs easy math whenever possible. So we're cutting that one down to 5 1/4, and then I'm cutting 3 pieces. Now I'm going to measure them because I am not 100% sure. So this fold is approximately, hold on, it is 2 1/8 inches. So I'm going to want to cut this at 1 7/8. Let me see if I did that right. Yep. Yay! I love when a plan comes together. And then this next one, and I will figure out all these measurements. Yes, you're right, Crystal. Fun is what matters. So this next one is 1 1/4 inches wide. So I am going to cut a piece 1 inch wide, 1 inch wide. And then the last one, I believe, because it's cut at, this one is cut at 1 1/4. So, oh, well then how is that one? Okay, so this bottom one, I'm going to save this for the bottom, this one that was 1 inch. And I think this one might need to be wider. Let me see. Yep, I'm going to do this one at 1 1/8. Just to make it a little bit wider. So, I am going to have to remember all those measurements so that I can tell you guys what they are. All right, this is extra. So here's now all my pieces, right? Now I can put my trimmer away. All right, and like I said, I've already pre-cut all of the little pieces that I'm going to want to put together. So here's the cool thing about this. Excuse me. Remember I said I'm not doing the one that makes you cut it and then you have like cut lines here. No. Super simple. Love this idea. So I'm grateful. Excuse me. I am grateful to Queenie who brought this to our meeting. So now what you're going to do is you're going to want to follow these folds. All right. So you're going to want to follow these folds. So I'm folding this one back like that. Use your bone folder and get it nice and stiff. And then the next one, which you have to kind of find, goes this way. Sorry. There we go. White on white. It's always fun to try to find stuff on white, right? Hopefully I did these measurements right. If I did not, Queenie watches, so she's probably laughing hysterically. She gave us the directions, I think, and I thought I took a picture of them, but I couldn't find them. So I folded the next one. So basically I'm following this, and then here's the next one. When you score on thick cardstock, especially on white, it's not always easy to see it. And then the last one gets folded forward. So, with any luck, I am even to this. Let me see. Ah, life is good. I've evened up. So, now I have that template ready. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stripe pieces and I'm going to adhere them to these front folds. Okay. And I want to make sure I put them on the back side. So I'm going to flip them over. I'm going to go ahead and missing one. 1, 2. Is this it? There it is. Right. Okay. Phew. Thought I lost it. So this big one goes on to this big piece in the back. And you're just going to center it like you would if it was a regular card front, right? All right. And then, which one is the thicker one? This one goes on the next one. Hi, Penny. Just saw that you popped on. So, you guys, I am so sorry that yesterday's tiny tip just like, I was working away on Mega Meet. There's so much to do to get ready for it, you guys. You have no idea. I had to pull all my retired stuff. I had to price stuff out. And this year I had to like double check what's really retired and what's on, what's going to be on the internet, on my online extras on my website. You know, it was a lot of brain power. It was like my brain was like smoking. And then I have to price it all, right? And then I have to box it all. And then I had to prepare my, I'm still in the middle of preparing the pieces for my free make and take at the event. It's a lot of fun. And I have a love-hate relationship with Mega Me. Love it, hate it. See, this one should have been down a little further, but too late now. It's just not going to be as perfect. See, my white stripe isn't very good there, darn it. And I just don't think, no, removing designer series paper is not always a good option. Okay, so now for this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold it in half and crease that fold. But before I put this piece on, I am going to want to attach it because I want to be sure that it fits the way I think it should fit. So we will see. We will see. Because it seemed to me I had to trim it when she did it with hers. But that might have just been me. Okay. So I'm going to put a piece of tear and tape here on the bottom because I want to be sure this one sticks good. And then just a little bit of adhesive right here. Just a little bit because I don't want to go over, but I want it to be attached there also. And then I am going to line this piece up. Oh, I guess I should take the transfer piece off or it won't. Where is my take your pick tool? Here it is. Look, you guys, my take your pick tool is here. Everybody give me a round of applause for that. You guys know I tend to like leave it on the other table. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to fit this all the way over to the corner and the bottom and get it to be even. Hold it for a second so that glue sticks. And then I'm going to fold it. And then I want to adhere it Okay, that's what she did. Okay. I knew there was a reason I had to trim it. So this is 5.5, but I only want it to adhere to this back piece. So I am going to, I don't know who's messaging me. Oh, my friend Travis. So she's not used to me being on right now either. So I just put a little bit so that I can get it to stick here at the bottom. I think I'm doing that wrong. I don't know why, but I'm doing it the way I think is right. And then I'm going to put a little here at the top. And then I am going to stand this up. Did I take the transfer off? I did. This needs to be able to fold, okay, so you can put it into your card. So when you put the second piece down, you're going to want to do that. I don't know why it looks so different. Oh, it's not. It's the same. Okay. So now you've got that little flap off. I could have given you the measurements for that had I realized what I was doing. But the truth is, this is easier anyway. You just get it on there and then just trim it off carefully with your snips. Okay? So now we've got the base of the card. Hold on, I need some more water. I have like a huge dry spot in my throat. I should have grabbed a bottle of Verner's, right? Because that is better. So this is what I'm thinking, you guys. I just think that this looks a little bit better than doing that. I wanted to have a little bit more interest. So I'm hoping you guys will agree with me that that's going to look a little better. And so now some more liquid glue. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold this and set it on there. Come on. Scoochy. Oh, gee. Don't scoochy that far. Okay. It is not centered. You know, with liquid glue, it'll give you a minute to reposition, but just a minute. So pay attention to what you're doing. Don't try to do it on a live video. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, so now here's an interesting fact for you. This will not go flat anymore. Well, I guess it does, sort of. No, it doesn't. See, it's still folded right there. So I want you guys to be aware of that. So now I've got my card base, right? Look at it's so pretty. It's like pretty all by itself. So now I wanted to follow her, and I'm going to be using the same, most of the same pieces from the Crafting Together set. I'm doing mine a little bit differently. So I'm going to start at the back, and this is the die that cuts out a paper trimmer. And it has, if you guys can see, I'm going to try zooming in for a minute. And hope I remember to zoom back out when necessary. So it's kind of hard to see because it's black, but so I'm pulling this piece out, and then if you guys can see, came flying at me. It has like the thingy that flaps over when you're cutting, right? So I cut out a piece, and this piece I did right on the back, 1 1/4 by 1 5/16. And if I measured this right, so I'm going to test it. You can tuck it. So see how you can tuck it? I'm going to tuck it under here so that the white shows through. Now I am going to have to trim it, but oh no, I won't. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this part right here, just right there, just enough. I just want to hold it. And then I'm going to make sure I'm not getting that wet when I slide it under here. I'm not sliding it back on top, but I am going to give it an edge. Now there is a like a score line. Hang on, I can't see it very well from that distance. There is like a score line that shows you the like this, how the paper, oh, sorry, that's really close up. See how, oh my gosh, see this? It's kind of like there's that score line in the die. So you could get nuts and do that. I did not. I just made it white all the way across. Now, here's the fun part. I am going to be using pieces of the paper. So I'm going to take the Pretty in Pink, and I'm going to slide it like this. So now it looks like I'm trimming this piece of Pretty in Pink, right? So I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive. Actually, I could, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to slide a piece of the DSP in there instead. And let me just trim this off. And I think I might trim that piece off too. This is called Fake It Till You Make It, and just play as you go. I'm going to trim this a little bit as well. Okay, so now I've got paper in my paper trimmer, right? So I'm just going to add a little dab of glue behind it. I think some came out. Just to hold it in place. And then somewhere in here, I have to find it. When you cut this out, oh, I don't want to lose that. There is a little, there it is. I found it right here. It's very hard to see. It's the little tiny slider bar. So, okay. I'm getting text. Thank goodness for my Fitbit, because I can see. Now, I'm going to move this close to my face, you guys. There is a little score line in there, and it's very hard for me to see. I think that's it. I'm gonna take my pencil, and I'm gonna kind of pencil it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oop, hang on. There we go. And the ink on my fingers. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not, but there is a pencil mark. Okay. My husband is texting me. He went to visit his dad, who is not doing great. I'm just going to put a little dot there. And then I think I will use my pick tool to try and put this on where I want it. And I'm going to set it on there. Now you can make that a different color because obviously the black on black. So I could have made that a bit lighter color, but you can see how now I have a paper trimmer that is trimming paper. And just like I did with the paper trimmer, here is the pencil. I've got little pieces of stuff everywhere. This is the pencil, and it does make little score marks. I did try, let me see if I saved it or threw it out. Nope. I did try my trick where I use a marker, you know, I rub a marker on the die, but it looks like an industrial use. It looks like it's been in your husband's garage. So, nope, not using that. But I am going to take my pencil and I'm just going to very carefully, you just make sure your pencil is sharp or use a mechanical pencil. But it's really easy because your pencil is going to fall into the grooves. And just follow those little inches markers, measurement markers, whatever you want to call them. Sorry, I'm struggling to see this. And I don't know why. My overhead lighting is doing a number on me. Hold on, I'm moving it in front of my face, you guys. Or maybe I'll stand up. So I probably don't need to do all of it, but it's like, there we go. Now I can see it. That one was really poorly done. Let me see if I can erase it. Not well. But here we go. So I'm just following the little measurement lines. Okay, like so. And I'm not going to do them all because I know it's going to be hidden a little bit. All right. So now this is what I want to do. I want to put my paper trimmer like she did. Okay. But I'm going to do it a little bit different. I cut the designer series paper into little 1-inch squares. And I am going to put them together carefully. Okay, I'm going to try to make it look like a pile of cardstock that you know we have all over the place, right? Cardstock and designer series paper. We've got it floating everywhere. So this is not going to be like a big surprise to another crafter. So these are the 5 in colors that I happen to be using. And you notice I'm also using the designer series paper that also comes in the starter kit promotion. Okay, so now I have that. And I'm going to put this back here. So I'm going to put some adhesive across the back. And I want to make sure it can still fold, but show when it's being purchased or being seen by the recipient, right? And then the paper trimmer, which is, I'm going to follow her example. I'm going to set it right there. Whoops, you don't want it to stick out too far because you want it to be able to fit in your envelope, right? So don't do that. Oh, I should probably do my center before I do anything else. So I pre-cut a little circle to go behind this. You can, when you cut out this piece does cut out and make a circle, but I used it for something else. And I didn't want, it fits in perfect. And I wanted something just a smidgen bigger. so that it would be easier to adhere it. So I have this, oops, I've got pieces falling everywhere. I have this sentiment that says, "You inspire me." And I'm going to stamp right in the center. I probably should have had a piece of foam underneath there, but I didn't. Now I'm going to take my, oh, you guys, I need to zoom. I gotta watch where I am. I'm sorry. I forgot I zoomed in like I always do. Yes, tons of small pieces. Tons of small pieces. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue, just thin little pieces around here. I'm not doing it all the way around. You can, but I know, like, see, I can see that these are kind of thick. So I'm going to want to brush those to a thinner spot. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to hold up the "You Inspire Me" and try to get it to where it's centered. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. I don't want to do that yet. I forgot. Okay, so now I have glue on that. Remember I said I was going to use this folder? I want this to look stitched, right? I hope that glue is going to dry and look terrible. But I'm going to throw this in here so that this looks like a piece of woven cloth, right? So let me emboss that real quick. And of course I threw all the stuff that I was working on top of all of my Stampin' Cut and Emboss pieces. So let me get that done. Okay. Alrighty. And it, because I had glue on it, it wanted to stick. Alright. So now, can you guys see that it looks now like it's stitched on some kind of fabric? Let's see if my glue is still sticky. It kind of is. Not great though. So I'm going to add a little more to it. Again, just some thinned out pieces. Perfection is overrated. If you think perfection is like what you need, keep going on. I'm not your demonstrator. She ain't me. Oh, thank you, Adam. Okay, so now I can slide this on here, and now it looks like a stitched hoop, right? Now, I have done these before where I've taken this piece right here, this little nodule part, you know, that you twist, and I've done it on like a gold foil. I did not do that this time. If you have a gold painty pin and you want to put it on with a gold painty pin, feel free to do that. That would be cool. I just, like I said, in the middle of Mega Meat. All right, so I'm going to put this up on dimensionals, which is not something she did. She didn't put anything on dimensionals, but I'm gonna. There's also no bling, which I'm gonna have to think about. I might want to add some bling, you guys. So that is going to go right here at the top of the card. So here's where we are so far, right? So fun. I'm so glad I did that. That's so fun. All right. So now, what am I doing next? I pre-stamped the flowers. See, these are the flowers that I said were not, they're separate from the easel. So, and they do have a die. Now, I will tell you, when you stamp these, they kind of look like they have hash marks as if they were stitched. And I wanted them to be more solid. So I took my blender pen, and I colored them a little bit more, and I put a little bit of the yellow. This is not the yellow from the, no, I forgot. I should have used the yellow. That is an in color, which is not called yellow. I don't know all the names yet. It is called Pecan Pie, which always reminds me of Billy Crystal and the movie When Harry Met Sally. So I am going to set this on to the basket. I want the basket to be a little bit curved. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be using some dimensionals to hold this in place as well. Okay, then that means the flowers need to have a little bit of a curve to them. And then I'm going to kind of bend the leaves up a little. And they are also going to get a dimensional. Then I can decide, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this flower because I think I better decide before I do that. I think that's going to be the one hanging over. Let's see. Yeah. So that's going to be kind of hanging over the pot, sort of like, that doesn't work, does it? No, it's got to be this way. It's got to be this way. So I put just a smidgen of adhesive right here. I probably should have put my dimensional up higher, but I wasn't thinking clearly, obviously. So I want to make sure that holds on. So there is my flowers. If you want to get crazy, you can cut the flowers out in a lot of pieces and make them super dimensional. But now that is going to go right down here underneath the You Inspire Me. I think I might put some gems on there. I think I might. I think that would be cool. Now, I decided that I wanted a sentiment here on the bottom. So I put life is better when you're crafting, because we know, you know, facts are facts. That's just the truth. Okay. And then set that down. And I fussy cut this out when you guys were not looking. Trust me, you're welcome on that. So then I have the ruler, which she did put up here, which is very cute. But I am going to put it down here, like so, I think. Just a little bit of adhesive. You can't really put dimensionals on these parts. I'm going to have it tucked back there. Yeah. And then the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which we all want and need in our lives, is going to go next to the ruler. All right, and then I have scissors, and I cut the scissors out in black and in basic gray, because what I'm going to do is I am going to, there are score lines on here. So I am going to trim this. Let me see if I can see it. I'm going to trim it at the score line. And trim this one at the score line. And I'm going to poke out that there's a hole in this one. Hang on, I got to bring it over to my face so I can see the score line. Not sure if I've got that right, but it's close enough, right? All right, so now I just need to put these pieces onto the gray pieces. Again, just a little bit of adhesive on these to hold them in place. Yes, I could have cut the belt black with the you know, where you put the adhesive sheet behind it, but I didn't. Hang on, I need my silicone mat. The glass cleans, but I don't want to clean it. Okay. Why do I feel like I have that? Okay, I did have it upside down. All right, sorry, I got to move back into where you guys can see me. Then I know I'm not normally this zoomed in. Okay, I was just checking to see if I was missing any comments. But these are so many little pieces that I wanted you guys to be able to see them. So there's that piece. And then this time I'm going to put it on top of the gray. I'll put the adhesive on the gray. Doesn't really matter, but I wanted to show you both ways. Okay, now you can put them together and leave them together, just, you know, like so. But you can also take a little tiny brad and your pokey tool here. Grab my foam mat, which I had sitting here so I could use it. And you kind of want to put the scissors together. Sorry, I keep forgetting where I am on camera. So it's kind of hard to see, you guys, but there is a hole in the top one, and I'm just following that hole, piercing a hole in there, and then putting in my little tiny brad. Okay. And you guys know how these work. Just fold the feet. And they will actually, when you do that, they will actually work. I mean, they won't cut, obviously, but they will move around like snips. So then I can decide, where do I want them? Well, maybe I want to put them, I think I might put them right there. So once I glue these down, they're not going to cut or, you know, fake cut anymore. So you have to decide if that is a problem for you. It's not for me. So I know I want that one there. Hold on, I need my fingers here. No. And then I'm going to take that one and go like that. So now I have my snips, and then I cut a bunch of little pieces. Like I said, these are so cute. These are little spools of thread, and I cut out of the designer series paper the parts and they're embossed, and I don't know if you guys can see that. Hang on. Can you see the little embossed spots? Which you could then use your pencil again and add them. I think I'm not going to go ahead and add them on after all, because I didn't do the little sewing machine. Excuse me. But I do like the hearts. Sorry. But those would be cute kind of by the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because they would look like you cut them out, right? So let me just see about sticking. That is too much adhesive. Ay, ay, ay. Yes, my nails are still a mess. And I thought I had more hearts. I do. And I even have a little pink one. I think I'll do the little pink one. I dip it up here where I got too much adhesive. Nope, didn't work. Didn't work. Oh yeah, it did. It's on there. Okay, cool. So now I can put one there. If it doesn't stick to my finger. And then I have this one here. Oh, I couldn't see that there was adhesive. Plenty of it. I'm going to set that right. So now I've got the hearts. And like I said, I think I'm going to add some bling to the flowers. I'm going to back up, you guys. Back up a little bit. Okay. And grab some of the In Color bling that we have received. Got 2 different kinds. Trying to decide what one to use. And my like everything is a craziness right now. Is this them? Oh, that is them. Okay. See, we have kind of that are kind of they're kind of like not fancy, and these are fancy. So I am going to put some on my flowers. Flip over. Just to give it a little bit more fun, right? We like fun on our cards. This one you can barely see it, but I don't want to not give it some bling. Don't want to, and this one you can't see the inside, so this one will get one of the larger ones. I did do yellow in the center, but I think I like having some bling. Okay, let me move stuff out of my way. So here you go. So when they get it, it will look like this, and then they can set it on their table. And when they set it on their table, it'll look kind of like that. So here's the original, and then my take on it. My lighting seems a little odd, but I don't know why. Different times of year, I get different lighting. So I hope you guys liked it. I think it's kind of fun. I probably should have done something back here. Maybe the scissors should have been back there. But anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I hope to see many of you at the Great Lakes Mega Meet. If you have questions about it looks like somebody said something, but I don't know what. If you guys have questions about the new starter kit special, please let me know. Thanks, Adam. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will have a video for you on Saturday. Fingers crossed. Bye.